In the mid-20th century, Algeria became the epicenter of one of the bloodiest and most significant decolonization struggles in history. From 1954 to 1962, the Algerian War of Independence was fought against French colonial rule, shaping the future of Algeria and, well, inspiring liberation movements across Africa. Algeria was colonized by France in 1830. Becoming an integral part of French territory. Unlike other colonies, Algeria was considered a part of France itself, with millions of European settlers, known as Pieds Noirs, living there by the mid-20th century. However, indigenous Algerians were treated as second-class citizens, subjected to land confiscation, forced labor, and a lack of political rights. By the 20th century, nationalist movements gained momentum, demanding greater autonomy and eventually independence. Groups like the National Liberation Front, or FLN, sought to end 132 years of colonial rule. On November 1, 1954, known as Toussaint Rouge, the FLN launched a series of coordinated attacks against French military and infrastructure targets, marking the start of the war. The conflict was characterized by guerrilla warfare, with FLN fighters taking to Algeria's rugged mountains and deserts. 1954. War begins with FLN attacks. 1957, the Battle of Algiers. 1961, the Evian Accords are negotiated. 1962, Algeria gains independence. The Algerian War was marked by extreme brutality on both sides. The French military employed counterinsurgency tactics, including torture, mass arrests, and collective punishment. Cities like Algiers became battlegrounds, as seen in the infamous Battle of Algiers in 1957, where the French cracked down on FLN bombings and assassinations. The FLN, in turn, targeted French settlers and collaborators, employing bombings, ambushes, and psychological warfare. Civilians often bore the brunt of the violence, with villages razed and thousands displaced. The war attracted global attention. The FLN gained support from newly independent African and Asian nations, as well as sympathizers in France. Meanwhile, international condemnation of French methods, particularly the use of torture, grew. In 1958, Charles de Gaulle returned to power in France, facing mounting pressure to resolve the conflict. After years of negotiation and military stalemate, the Evian Accords were signed in March 1962, granting Algeria independence. On July 5, 1962, Algeria officially became independent. Over 1 million lives were lost, and the war left deep scars on Algerian and French societies. For Algeria, independence marked the beginning of nation building, while France grappled with the moral and political costs of its colonial past. The Algerian War of Independence remains a powerful symbol of resistance and resilience, inspiring liberation movements across Africa and beyond. This war reminds us of the high human cost of colonialism and the unyielding desire for freedom. Today, Algeria continues to honor the sacrifices of those who fought for its independence, ensuring their legacy lives on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of history, resilience, and hope.